It's be'emes, a simcha, gedela, v'nefla, to be here tonight and to celebrate together the Siyum Meseches. Before I say anything, I'd like to, like Rabbi said, maschifen the Siyum to the Haskalah, so I'd like to start right away with Meseches Gittin. And actually, the Rebbe brings in a siche that according to the Rambam, Meseches Sotah and Meseches Gittin are one Meseches. The Rambam in Pirush HaMishnayos says that the Seder of the Meseches is first Gittin and then Sotah. So the question everybody asks is, it's the first daf in Sotah that says, like you just mentioned, the connection of Sotah to Nazir, that Sotah comes right after Nazir. How could the Rambam say that Gittin comes before Sotah? So the Rebbe says, Elamai, the answer is, Gittin and Sotah are one Meseches. And it's really the same subject, b'negayah to the marriage and the halachas of the Torah, b'negayah to the ishus. So we're not only starting the next Meseches, but it's mamish a hemshech of the same Meseches. So Meseches Gittin begins, the first Mishnah, sagt the Heilige Mishnah, Hamevi get mi Medina Siyum. Tzorech sheyema b'fonei nichtav u'b'fonei nechtam. A shliach that's bringing a get from Chutz La'aretz to Eretz Yisrael. So Rashi here explains that a shliach that's delivering a get, there is a shliach l'hoiloche or a shliach l'kabbalah. And the difference is, a shliach l'hoiloche, the Baal, the husband, appoints him to be a shliach to deliver the get to the Isha. A shliach l'kabbalah is a shliach that the Isha appoints to receive the get for her. And the difference is, a shliach l'hoiloche, when he's holding the get in his hands, the Isha is not yet divorced. You have to give the get to the Isha. A shliach l'kabbalah, on the other hand, the moment he receives the get in his hands, she becomes divorced. Says Rashi, the halacha of the Mishnah, that when you deliver a get from Chutz La'aretz to Eretz Yisrael, and as the Gemara explains, there are chshashes b'negayah to the kashrus of the get, or perhaps the chshash here is that the Baal, the husband, may come and be ma'arer. He may challenge the kashrus of the get. So therefore the shliach has to testify that the get is good, the get is kosher, b'fonei nichtav, b'fonei nechtam. But this only applies, says Rashi, by a shliach l'hoiloche, since the Gedushin did not take effect yet. But if it's a shliach l'kabbalah, and the Gedushin took effect, so then the halacha of b'fonei nichtav, b'fonei nechtam does not apply. That's the first halacha of the Mishnah. So the Rishonim asked the question, why does the Meseches Sotah begin with seemingly a story about a shliach delivering a get from Medina Siyum, which is not the ikir, the haskalah of how you would describe Hilchas Gedushin. The Meseches should begin with the basic halachas of how you write a get, what's the nusach a get, and the lashon haposik, there's the ksiva, there's the nesina, and so on. Why does the Mishnah begin with the halacha of the shlichus, which is really a din in kol ha-Torah kula? It's not unique regarding a get. So there's a beautiful, gewaldige siche from the Rebbe in Chelik Tes, Parshas Ki Seitzei, where the Rebbe explains this inyan al pipnimius and yonim. I'm going to share with you a nekuda bekitzer. You take a look, the siche inside, it's mamish gewaldig, it's unbelievable. And the nekuda the Rebbe says there is, Take bekesher to Matan Torah, that the ish v'isha that we have here lamata is a hishtalshalus of the ish v'isha lamayla, the Yidden and the Eibishter. Matan Torah is Yom Chasanosei, the Kiddushin or the Nisuin of Klal Yisrael with the Eibishter. The Gedushin that the Meseches is talking about refers to Golus, as it says in Psukim that Golus is compared to a Gedushin. And what the Mishnah is telling us is that the matzav of Golus is a result of the fact that Yidden are found in Medina Siyum. When a Yid is in Eretz Yisrael, when a Yid is connected, he's in a good place, beruchnius, serving the Eibishter, then there's no Golus. Golus happens when a Yid is far, is divided geworden, he's in Medina Siyum. And whatever a Yid does lamata, is poyel lamayla, damal lamayla mimoch, Medina Siyum means that the Shechina is nostalgic and there's a hell of a hester. That's the Golus. Says the Rebbe, was du gekent meinen, that you're living in Golus, and you look around yourself and you see the hell of a hester, and it starts becoming real in your eyes. And you think to yourself that the reality of Golus is actually controlling our lives, and has some kind of a shlita over a yid, so the first halacha of the Mishnah of Meseches Gittin is that the shliach comes and testifies that who is the one that wrote this get, who's the one that at least appointed the sefer to write this get. It's the Baal, which goes on the Eibishter. Meaning, when you see the matzav of Galus, you should know that be'emes, it's all the hand of the Eibishter that's involved in this. It's all with a kavon el yaina. And the Galus mitzad atzma is not a metzias amiti at all. It's all the hand of the Eibishter, which is orchestrating this Yerida, which is only Tzairach Aliyah, to bring us to a greater Nisuin with the Eibishter, as it explains in Chassidus, that Matan Torah was the Edison, and Lasad Lavai will be the Nisuin. So you begin Meseches Gittin, this is the place to begin to understand what's the shaydish of the Inyan of Gittin, and what's really going on when you see a matzav of Gerishin, whether you see a matzav of Gerishin Kipshutai, or whether it's a matzav of Golus, that it's all really the Eibishter that's behind everything, and really we're always connected. That's the aschol of the Mesechta. So, bekesha to the Siyum here tonight, I must say, it's mamish unbelievable. What's going on over here? Shlomi told me that he's planning this Siyum, he's going to go all out. Chab gemeint, okay, so there'll be a few flowers, a few lights, but Reb Shlomi can't take it on with the ganze archava without any akbalis. It's not anything that I expected, b'chlal. And I don't think anyone else over here, unless I'm making a mistake. If you know Reb Shlomi, you know what to expect. Akalpanim, there's a certain movement, there's a certain feeling, a certain vibe that I feel over here in the room. A certain movement of learning Torah and being miyasa Torah and takedafke for Bali Yasek, for people that are working and are busy and are matzliach. The famous lashon of the Gemara, Rabbi Loza bar Charsan Mechayev Ashirim. Reb Shlomi mentioned it before when it came to Dav Chav Tes and Lamed. So I asked him, so what, you finished, you stopped working? That's it? How are you doing this? He said, I took off one day of work. He has to teach Meseches Sotah Dav Lamed, so he takes off a day of work. I think that we have to take this opportunity over here, to take this movement of being miyasid shiurei Torah, both in Nigla Torah, in Chassidus, Likutei Torah, the Siches, Project Likutei Siches, and expand it outward to the entire Kehillah here. To go Mechayel al Chayel. The Rebbe would always koch sich in, Misha Yesh Leimone Reitzim Masayim. Bashkacha Pratis, I opened up today Likutei Siches, Chelik Chav Gimel, preparing to teach a Sicha for Project Likutei Siches, and it opened up to the Hisafis of the Sefer. So in Chelik Chav Gimel, in the Hisafis, you have a whole likut of Igris from the Rebbe Benegeit in Yoni Chinuch, before Igris Kodesh was printed. So there's a letter from the Rebbe that the Rebbe wrote not long after the founding of Machne Yisrael. And in that letter, the Rebbe speaks about Machne Yisrael, and one of the conditions of being a member in Machne Yisrael at that time was that you had to show 4 pu'ulis that you did as a member of Machne Yisrael. And the Rebbe there brings in the letter the Gemara of Meseches Sotah, Daf Mem Tes Amud Aleph. What does the Gemara say in Sotah? So the Gemara brings that Ein L'cha Yoim She'en Kilo Losim Meruba Shel Chaveirei. Comes a time of Golus where the Hell and Hester is very strong. So then the Gemara asks the question, so Alma Amai Mekaima. So on what does the world stand? With such a Hell and Hester, so how do we survive this Golus? Zok the Gemara, Akidusha, the Sidra, that the Kedusha that we say in Uvolitzion, and the Omiyeh Shmei Rabbi that said when you have a shir of Torah, Agadata, Rashi says, in the Zman Gemara, the minig, the Seder was that Shabbos afternoon, everyone came to hear a shir in Agada, and after they finished the Agadata, they would say a Kaddish. That's what the world stands upon. So the Rebbe there says in the letter that this is what Machne Yisrael is. To bring Yidden, and this is shaykh to every single one without a chiluk. That's why the Gemara is saying dafke this. And the two nekudas that the Gemara is saying is, according to Rashi there, is Kiddush Hashem and Limudat Torah. That's what the world stands upon. And this is something which is shaykh to everybody. And the Rebbe the teaches us that this is the same inyan that the Gemara talks about in Brachas when it says that we have to go Mechayel al Chayel, which is mi Beis HaKnesses le Beis HaMedrash. Beis HaKnesses is, a Yid wakes up in the morning, he goes to shul, he davens with a minyan, he answers Am Yeshmei Rabba. Lebeis HaMedrash is that a Yid wakes up in the morning and he has a shir Torah before he goes on his way. That's what the world stands upon. So I think everybody here sitting in the room, Baruch Hashem, we have the most beautiful community in the entire world. Kan, Tziva, Hashem, Sabracha, Chayim, Ad Ha'olam. And we have Baruch Hashem here in our Kehillah anywhere between 50 or to 100 or more than 100 shuls. For every class, for every kind of shul you want, whatever kind of shul you want, we have Baruch Hashem full with shuls in Crown Heights. Let's take the movement over here tonight, and everybody has chaverim and knows somebody, and expand this out to all the shuls. Let's invest in our kehillah and build the shuls here, that every shul should be full, not only on a Shabbos, but every single day. There should be a shachris, a mincha, and a ma'ariv, and the Amen Yeheshmei Rabba. And there should be a magid shir in every single shul to give a shir in Chassidus, Rambam, Gemara, whatever it may be. That is how we're going to continue to lift up our entire kehillah and bring a mapecha to this entire community which Rab Shlomo has begun. Last but not least, I must mention Rabbi Avraham Rotban, soll sein gesund und stark. I don't see where he is. But me personally, as far as I am concerned, so it all started with a conversation that I had with Rabbi Avraham that I thought he wasn't serious, B'chlal. He saw me in the street and he asked me, how about you start giving a shir Gemara every day? A shir Gemara every day? It's impossible. I'm working in yeshiva, I'm preparing shirim in yeshiva, I'm already giving a shir Chassidus. It can't happen. So he asks me again, I told him, Herzachain, you bring me a minyan yidden, so we'll try it. And I'm thinking to myself, the minyan will come for a week, for 2 weeks, and then it'll dwindle down, and we're finished. That's it. But Metzias is nicht das. Yidden want to learn Torah. And if Yidden want to learn Torah, every single person can do something to be mishtatif, to help make it happen. Whether to give a shir, to support a shir, to shlep a chaver to a shir. Rabbi Avraham Rotban has an organization called Irgun Torah, and he's ready to help you out, to find a good magid shir, and to figure out what the shul that you're davening in needs, what kind of shir it could use, what kind of magid shir it needs. If you're davening in a shul, and there isn't a daily shir Torah there yet, and there isn't 3 times a day a minyan, shachris, mincha, ma'ariv there, and it's not packed with people davening every day like Shabbos, tonight is the time to start to make a achlata, to make it happen. And through this, the Eibishter will help us that together with our kehillah, bereish all the other kehillahs, right over here with Beis Rabbeinu Shebabavel, we'll be zeiche to see the Rebbe come and take us all out of Golos, takef umiyad mamish.